Do you want to get Josh Jacobs involved because he's going to be a free agent going into the season? He did sign an extension through 2023 with the Raiders after a holdout situation. Josh Jacobs is 25.8 years old, almost 26 years old. Still young, can still not young, but still can get another contract for another team. Do you have any like my thing with Josh Jacobs is he's a high volume play. So where do we even see him going if he does leave the Raiders? Because I don't see him leaving the Raiders. Spoiler alert.
I actually don't see him leaving the Raiders. I think they keep him. He's been doing well with Antonio Pierce as their new head coach or interim head coach. I think he ends up staying. I think they re-sign him. I think the whole him not getting a contract thing was more to do with their general manager and Josh McDaniel,
Fired.
and Dolphins. McDaniels is the one that got fired. Uh, I think it had to do more with them than anyone else. So yeah, I think he ends up staying with the Raiders. If he doesn't, he's going to go to a team that doesn't have a running back. Like he's not going to be in a two-back system.
Are we going to attempt to bring Dave back in?
Nope.
Okay.
Guess not. I told him to pop in here just to see if he can hear us. If he can't, then get the hell out of here. But
got it. So Josh Jacobs has been in the league since 2019. Since that time, he's number 2 overall in carries. The only person ahead of him was, of course, Derrick Henry. He is 147 carries ahead of the third place guy, Zeke Elliott. So Josh Jacobs has been a very, very involved running back in the system with Las Vegas, with the Las Vegas Raiders. Going back to 2019, he's been running back 21 or better. He's been a running back 1 or better since 2020, finishing 2020 at running back 8, 2021 running back 12, and 2022 running back 3. This year he's running back 14. That's because of injuries. And again, he's a high volume player. So the reason why he is so high in the first place is because of the volume. Let's be honest. He's got his lowest yards per carry of all time, 3.5 yards per carry right now. His career average is 4.2. It's definitely on the decline, or maybe it's a running back situation. Maybe it's a system situation. Maybe it's a situation where they're not using him in the right way because just last year he balled out, the year before and the year before, right? So what changed? I like Josh Jacobs. I'm a Josh Jacobs guy. I know in the past he's been fading or hating us fantasy players, saying he doesn't care about our teams. I remember that very vividly. And about 3 years ago on the show, I cussed him out, which we've changed. We're different people. I love you, Josh Jacobs. What is he looking at contract wise? That's my thing. Is he gonna cost? Because he's been producing because of the volume. He's proving he's a value asset to an offense. But is he producing yardage wise, production wise? That's the question.
that is the question. And I had that information, and then I just stopped looking at that information. He is. It looks like his market value is around the same as it was this year. I mean, around $11 million. I can't see him. I don't know. We've seen a lot of running backs just not get paid. So, I'm sorry. His market value is about 12 million a year. They're projecting about roughly a 3-year deal for $33 million on Spot Track.
Yep. And that's something I looked at as well. Teams I could see him going to that's not Las Vegas. I can see him definitely going to Tampa. They're going to need somebody. I could definitely go see him going to Cleveland as well. I know Cleveland, I've attached running backs there, but I do think they're going to want to find somebody. They're not going to run with Jerome Ford by himself if Nick Chubb can't return to full capacity. And that's a run heavy team. And I think they want to get someone like a Josh Jacobs and maybe some guys we're going to talk about later. Guys that can carry the load, guys that can take 300 carries a season, something that Josh Jacobs does. Again, he's 26 years old. He was a sell for me going into this dynasty season. I was selling him for anything that I could. Not anything, but a value, of course, just because I like to get out of the guys that are going for their second, third contract a year early. I'd rather him be awesome this year and him decline the next year, and I don't want to be stuck with a declining player. So that's why I moved him first.
Another team I could also see him going to. There's a team that we always we've tied 2 players last week to him, but maybe the Cowboys.
I think they learned their lesson with Zeke, and they don't want to pay running backs anymore.
That's fair. So you think they'll just let Tony walk?
I think we both agree that Tony Pollard's going to stay in Dallas, but they want to find a complement running back, and they can't. And he's on a megastar, like not megastar, but he's going to get a pretty decent contract. They can't pay both. So maybe Dallas looks in the draft for that. But Josh Jacobs he's not going to take anything less. He did sign an extension of $11.79 million. He has a career earnings of $23 million. Half of the career earnings came out of this season. He's going to want to continue on that. I don't see him taking a big pay cut, but he's going to have to because of the production and because of his age. Unfortunately, I think that this guy, wherever he goes, it needs to be a high volume rushing attack because he definitely needs that to be involved. He's a great pass catcher too. They just don't use him in the pass catching game. I don't understand why. We want that 60 catch season again. It's not going to happen. It looked like it was going to happen this season. Then things changed. Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. They've been running with Aiden O'Connor. Our head coach got injured, fired because he was awful. It's just a lot of question marks with Josh Jacobs right now. If he's on my roster going into 2024, I'd be looking to move him. I don't know for what. I moved him for some rookie picks last year, and it turned into 2 great players. So I got lucky on that end. Hopefully you guys can get lucky as well and find someone that needs running back help going into the 2024 season.
Yeah, the important part here is, do you wait until after he signs a contract with the team or before he signs a contract with the team? Because maybe he goes to a team that is not going to be a good fit for him, and then you can't sell him for anything. Or maybe he does go to a really good team that makes his value go way up. That's going to be the really tough part to really navigate. I would wait a little bit more into the offseason to sell Josh Jacobs if you're going to sell him. Just random thought here. Another team that I could have thought about would be the Panthers. They want to buy everything they can to help that team grow, and Bryce Young can't get enough time to stay in the pocket. So dumping it off to Josh Jacobs might be a good, safe play.
That'd be a great situation. I don't know if Josh Jacobs wants to go waste the twilight of his career in Carolina. But
he gets the money.
Yeah, but he has proven he's a money motivated player, which aren't we all? We're all money motivated at our jobs, right? Nobody's gonna take a job. It's ridiculous that some people out there, he should take a friendly. Dude, they're people and they're trying to make as much money as possible, and you cannot hate on them for that.
It's a 25-year-old that wants to make enough money to live the rest of his life.
Yes, right and his family. So
yeah,
can't hate on that. I respect him and get the money, dude. Josh Jacobs, the future is unknown at this point. I'd hope he does sign with Las Vegas.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. Follow on X and Instagram at OUSFFPOD. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.